Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTuber, Facebookians. Welcome to another edition of Harry Sky Release video blog. I let Pee Wee know ahead of time I was going to be online. I know Chris ain't around. Damn fucking son of a bitch, motherfucker. Look at this. Yeah, you see this? I got this fucking shithole thing here that keeps doing this fucking captioning thing. What's this? Send feedback? No, I don't want to send feedback. I'd like to know why the fuck it keeps doing this. What I might do is turn around and freaking, Anyways, I emailed Pee Wee and told her I was going to be online tonight. I had an interesting night, okay? I've had a bitch of a night, all right? Now, don't say, oh, well, it's Chloe. No, it wasn't. So I got done with my video last night. And, I called Dad many times, Finally, I finished my video last night, and he calls me. Starts saying, oh, well, tried calling you, your phone's off. You know what? Tonight, as you all know, I'm stubborn. I'm one stubborn son of a bitch. I turned around, right? It's close to 9. I got some YouTube videos to make, and I got some work to do, right? Which means one of my work is this, right? I turned around last night, and I was determined to finish, mind you, season 3 to season 4 of the Royals, right? Now I'm telling you, I'm looking more forward to season 5 of The Crown because the Royals sucks balls. Okay. First, I thought, okay, this is going to be interesting. And then I never Googled the ending. That's the one thing I never did. I heard, oh, this is going to happen. And I was like, oh, yes. And all of a sudden, nothing, The ending totally sucked balls for the entire TV show. Literally. And then I'm sitting there going, you got to be kidding me, right? So I went to HBO and I found something to watch on HBO Max called The Gilded Age. It's like 1880s to 1920s or some 40 years of golden age, It talks about, And I thought to myself, this is my next watch because I'm tired of fucking watching things that suck ass, And Pee Wee should understand that one completely, And then this morning, before bed, Pee Wee messaged and says, oh, package delivered. So I had to go and confirm it. Well, she had a package herself. And let's just say her package. What the hell is that? Sponge on the thing? Hold on. What is that? Is that cheese or sponge? Totally useless. A heavy duty sponge. Okay. It looked like cheese, but it's a sponge. Okay. Top of that, Chloe turns around. Yes, yeah. And she wakes up this morning and she's paying attention to things and she says, "Oh, what episode is this?" I said, "The last one." She says, "Oh, we're already halfway through, And they're talking about conspiracies, overthrowing the king, overthrowing the monarch because the monarch did some stupid stuff in the show The Royals, and in the end they left everyone hanging. And I said, "No wonder why they got canceled. They fucking fucked up." Literally, you got one guy with a handgun in his coat, another guy with a rifle in the bullet, and yet, in the end, you got the guy who's marrying this girl. He took away his brother's girl, took away another girl, did so many different conspiracy things in this movie. It makes, and then puts out a round table and says, "I'm going to be the best king in the world, and yada, yada, yada." And in the end, he manipulates and he cons people to the point of no return. And I was watching that going, you got to be fucking kidding me. This, no wonder why it didn't make season 5. I mean, if they did that, they can make a new plot hole. But no, they had to kill it off, Anyone opposes me, blah, blah. But you know how it is. The old dictator thing, and who opposes, yada, 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 But anyways, then this morning I put in Gilded Age. I didn't even get through episode 2, apparently. I fell asleep. I don't know how many episodes is it, maybe 8 or 9. It's a new show, so it looks kind of interesting. It's on HBO. I don't know how far they're going to get. It's the same people that made Downton Abbey, but I don't think Downton Abbey was ever on HBO, And then, this morning, I went to bed. And I got up this morning. And Chloe says, "Oh, I'll make you your coffee." I said, "Okay." And before I got out of bed to go, you empty the toilet, Chloe says, "Oh, I'll make your coffee." And then she says, she's looking at me. And I looked. And my tablet, half phone, X phone, because it's the size of a tablet, it's got a pin. I read the news. 19 killed in Texas. I said to myself two things. Two things to myself. And I want to share them with you. And my cousin and my aunts and uncles are in Texas. All right. They're basically what I call boots on the ground. Okay. They're the ones that basically can give me the true definition of what's going on. But, they think everyone thinks, every Texican, I think, thinks that all news is fake news. Okay. Point is not all news is fake news. Hey, Mom, did you go to the bathroom? Oh, you look cute with that little haircut. I like when he looks like a little sheep. There's just something about him when he's got the large body. So you guys are ready, right, to see and hear my theory. My theory, mind you, my peaceful theory. You see, the Democrats aren't doing too bad currently, but it all depends on what happens with Roe versus Wade. So, tell you what happens. Government is doing some shady business, all right? Now, I'm not going to say go and do something in the government. I'm just giving you a theory to think about. I'm not saying anything about go to violence, okay? I don't condone it. But has anyone ever thought that the mass shooting was supposed to be done for gun control? Now, some states, basically blue states, went in and cracked down so hard it ain't funny, right? Sandy Hook, for example. And I know Chloe goes, "Oh, well, we need to control guns." Really? Here's how I see it, okay? Even if the Supreme Court rules in favor that the states do have the powers to make the gun laws, which controls people getting permits, then that's it. But if someone says in New York you can't get a permit, like here they're basically making it so you have to be like federal law enforcement that can only carry concealed carry. They don't want, and you have to have like a gun safe and a gun ammo safe, and they're basically, what they're doing is literally violating people's civil rights on guns by saying, "Oh, you got," and then they want to basically pass, you have to have spend $100,000 a year or more possibly for insurance. They're not going to make it cheap because the gun's a weapon of mass destruction, WMD. So what happens? I'll tell you. So basically, what happens is they want to go ahead and people say, "Oh, well, let me put it to you this way, okay." My family in the past, in Texas, the one I like and love dearly, Dinky Corey, has said time and time again, Chloe turned around the other day and said something about, hold on, say toilet paper. I gotta use toilet paper, right, paper towels. So she turns around, and the people around there turn around, and what they do is, when it comes to gun control, "Oh, Sandy Hook was in a blue state. It'll never happen in a state like Oregon or Texas." It will never happen. I remember that argument a few years ago when my family lived in Oregon. It would never happen in Oregon or Texas. And look what happened. And Texas would never stand down anyways. Well, the thing is damn fucking One of these days I'm gonna have Chloe fucking fix this. There. So what happens? Okay, let me explain. Texas would never have it, right? Well, let me just put it this way. Every generation's being dumbed down. You got generations, right? Right? Now, let me put it to you this way. Me and Pee Wee are badass, okay? We basically warned you shit like this was going to happen, but you guys didn't listen. So let me just tell you the rerun, okay? Which Pee Wee ain't here because Pee Wee's cleaning and everything else. I was hoping she'd email me actually and say, oh, yeah, she's busy. I'm going to put it this way for gun control, okay? Sandy Hook was all big news. Companies are being sued and families are being sued, and right? Thing is there's going to have to be two types of things that's going to happen in this country. One, the people who own the guns are going to have to freaking buy a massive amounts of insurance. Two, they're going to have to do a massive amount of background checks. I mean, look, one guy goes into a school today and kills people. You could say, oh, she's anti-gun. No, I'm actually pro-gun, but I'm looking at the big picture. Has anyone fucking ever looked into the guy's background? For all we know, it could have been an illegal alien under a fake ID and got the guns that way. I mean, has anyone ever thought of that? A legal alien went in there? What's next? We need to keep all the Hispanics out because they're all violent. First it's blacks, then it's Hispanics. What's next? Whites? We got to take away all the gays and lesbians' weapons because they're gay and lesbian and they got a mental illness. I mean, come on. I'm talking literally sense here. Think about it. Did we have any information on the shooter? We don't. What the news prints. What if it's an illegal alien, huh? Illegal alien. Everyone wants to flee to Texas because they think it's a gun sanctuary and a sanctuary for committing crimes for anything. Flee to Texas. Texas will protect you. Bullshit. Flee to frickin', from Mexico to Texas. Texas will protect you. Thing is, we're basically saying, look what's going on in this fucking country. I wake up this morning to the news. But you're saying, well, what's the other thing? Well, I just talked about the shooter. We don't even know if the shooter has mental illness. We don't know if the shooter has too much mental illness. Let me tell you that. I, on the other hand, know that the mental illness should be looked into. But you know what? They're just going to say, oh, gun control. And nothing's going to pass, and this is going to piss off the people. Guess what? Tell you what's going on. I may be almost 50 years old. I've lived a good 44 years. But you to stand there and wave around, your guns and your freedoms come first. What about those 19 children that died? Has anyone thought about that? No, they're just going to say, oh, don't tread on me, man. Guess what? We need some common sense gun laws in here. We don't need fucking... And you know what? I'll tell you what's going on in this country, too, to make common sense law. Every generation's getting closer and closer to retirement, and the grandpa dies. And then you got to go through the background checks in many states and everything else for inheritance now. Now in Washington, if someone dies of guns, the state takes them and destroys them or sells them. They don't get to gift it to someone else, from what I understand. They've made it really tough. But here's the kicker. Other states, you got to fill out the same background forms because, the government's got a database. And if someone dies, they better basically make a database. But they say, well, that's against the law. No, it isn't. Basically, it tells who owns what. I mean, literally, we have 300 million guns out there, But my thing is this. Whatever they do, it ain't going to work. My thing is this. No one's going to allow it. Gun Owners America will come out and say, oh, we got to protect the guns. You know what? I don't give two shits about Gun Owners of America, NAGAR. I think they're all panty-waist son of a bitches. I think they're peckerwoods. I think they spend money foolishly and then fucking, I mean, look at it this way. They don't do anything for me. I used to subscribe a long time ago and all this crap. sold out of this, sold out of that. But you know what really pisses me off? I'll tell you. They're dumbing down the generation after generation. Eventually, one generation is going to turn around and say, the guns are antiquated. Let's remove it. I mean, it's getting to that point where they're basically, look at the people that play the shooting games and don't kill people, to the people that, or the people that don't want the military. Eventually, our military is going to shrink. I mean, literally, we're going to watch shit hit the fan one of these days where it's going to be less military, less violence. And people are going to be rising up to the challenge to change the opinions. I mean, look, Pee Wee and I basically said the people are going to be dumbed down. That's what they're doing. I mean, literally, look what happens. Keep them in school. And keep them out of school. I mean, during the pandemic. Guess what happens? Pandemic happens. People get dumbed down because they're not learning. And then people say, oh, well, our children are dumb. That's because of the pandemic. You didn't grow a pair of balls and a backbone to literally turn around and say enough's enough. What do you think? Plain and simple. You guys didn't grow a pair of balls and do it. Kids are getting dumber and dumber. I mean, I woke up this morning almost in tears. Those children have their whole lives ahead of them to be snatched away by a mother or a grandmother and a kid, which we don't even have any information on, the gunman. And then me, of course, like I said, got tired and pissed off the fact that I'll tell you what I'm upset about, Heaven, the abode of God. Hi, good morning. The point is all these people, as I said to you, you don't need to go overthrow the government. You don't need to go and overthrow any government, state or federal. What you need to do is go out there and voting force and vote the bastards out if you don't like them, plain and simple. I mean, literally, they're going to sit there for days now. See, the Roe versus Wade, they're trying to bury Roe versus Wade. So this could have been planned. This couldn't be planned. But well, guess what? The Republicans are now going to basically drive in force. The Dems are going to take your guns. You see, this could have been, let me put it this way. Good morning. Good afternoon again, Heaven. The Dems are going to use this to their advantage. The Repubs are going to use this for their agenda. Thing is the kids are the victims. The parents are the victims. You shouldn't basically pit against each other because of someone's rights to get elected. This is downright evil, and this is downright corrupted. You wouldn't see me going out there and being like, oh, yeah, a kid died. Because the kid died, we should turn around and use that to our advantage. Okay, LOGG. The point is look around. People are freaking being dumbed down. They're trying to dumb down people to get the guns out of people's hands. They're trying to give you they're trying to make medical induced mental illness in so many different ways to take your guns away. Well, let me tell you, you know why England had so many problems? Because they can marry the cousins. So basically, they can have cousin with cousin and cousin, and then their teeth come in buck-shaped, buck tooth, because they're marrying the English are marrying their cousins. And then a lot of them become deformed because, the genes can't handle it. I mean, literally, it's weird, but every other country has made some common sense gun laws. Some harsh, some aren't. But here, people are bitching about ammo shortage. To me, I don't give a shit about ammo shortage. You know what I care about? I don't care that family all over the country that I have owns guns and says, oh, yeah, don't tread on me. What about those kids that died today, huh? They don't give a shit about them. They think that their guns are more important than those kids. And those kids' real lives died a meaningless death. But it's okay because they need their guns and everyone else in this country needs their guns for whatever damn reason. I'm not saying my family owns guns. I'm just saying, my one cousin's a Marine. Okay. But here's the point. Point is let me put it to you in generality. Okay. People these days think they need the guns for whatever reason, whether it be self-defense, don't tread on me, they're going to invade my house, and they're going to rob me and they're going to steal my stuff. Two, we need the guns to overthrow the government, blah, blah, blah. No, we don't. They said between man and with people with guns, the blue states would fall, the red states would fall, and the military would basically be quelling it all. I mean, come on. The military's got more high-powered weapons than an AR-15. Military was highly trained. And yet, all they worry about their fucking piece of metal. The gun's more worthy of the gun's life than a fucking anything else in the world. Look at children, for example. 19 stacked up dead today. What do they say? Don't tread on me. Quit using the fucking guns as a fucking excuse. I mean, literally. There's people out there with a fucking backbone. Tired of fucking seeing shooting. 500 wounded in fucking Nevada. I mean, literally, that tells you right there what you need to know. Ban this and ban that. Oh, yes. Well, yeah. I mean, literally, the point is I don't like violence, okay? And yet, you don't bring a gun to a knife show. You don't bring a gun to a knife show and a knife show to a gun show, or whatever. Thing is these people are getting desperate. Now the Democrats are going to vinaigrate it, recharge it to use to their advantage. I mean, literally, look, the Democrats have the anti-gun vote. The problem is that the Democrats also know common sense law. Republicans don't care about anything. See, the Republicans want to not tell you that they want their gun-based voters to basically march in and dethrone the Democrats violently because the Republicans want that. Once the Republicans get their way, they're going to turn around and take away the weapons from everyone. See, that's how it works. Thing is I don't trust. You can go to the polls and vote them all out. It's easier than having weapons basically trying to take care of something. The government needs to know that when you go to the poll, you mean business. And if you don't go to the poll because you think midterms doesn't matter, then you're all fucking assholes for not fucking voting. And if it's only you want to vote for your a fucking Republican or Democratic president, but you don't give two shits about who's in office, that tells you the American people are too damn dumbed down, corrupt, and stupid to even know what the hell's going on in this world. I pay attention to politics. I pay attention to a lot, but you don't see me turning around and looking around and saying, oh, well, I'm going to go through this. You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. Every American has a sacred duty and obligation to vote. When you can't vote, you feel like your sacred duty has been violated. Yet some of these people don't give a shit. They don't vote because they don't want jury duty. They don't vote because they're afraid, something will happen. Look, I get emails from Republican and Democrat candidates throughout the country. I need new ideas, donation requests, etc. What the policy is. I'm telling you, everything happens for a fucking reason, okay? And when those 19 kids got killed, or 26 in Sandy Hook, makes you wonder. Makes you wonder what's more important in people's lives, their guns or their children. What's more important? Do I write a letter to my cousin Dinky, or do I write a letter to my aunt? I think I'd like to talk to someone with common sense, my aunt. I'll write her. I mean, literally, the point is that it's going to get bad, okay? It's going to get bad to the voting problem. The voting problem's not going to stop. The voting problem isn't going to stop. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because no one gives a shit. They care about what they care about, and that's it. That's plain and simple. No one cares about anything else. Everyone is got their self-interests aligned. Democrats want their self-interest to become senators and Congress, pass their own laws that they think would make a difference for themselves. Not about the fucking people. Republicans are the same damn way. Everyone's out for themselves. Think of all these fucking Peckerwoods tonight. Talking code and everything else. Talking about keeping their guns. I mean, literally, the Democrats and Republicans. Women are going to go vote in droves, basically do what they want to keep their reproductive rights intact. Other transgender people are going to vote. Other people are going to vote against, other things. I mean, the dominoes are falling for possibly the Democrats, maybe. And when that happens, what are they going to do? Turn around and, look, we are having senseless killings. President Biden goes up there, he's just going to sit there and say, oh, well, when are we going to stop this, man? They're not. I remember I did a 3-hour rant once on MySpace a long time ago when Obama was first president. When I did the 3-hour rant, it was directed at President Obama, right? Now, I don't know if he ever watched it. I think they sent him to spend 3 hours after his after hours working. But I literally let President Obama have it. Now, Pee Wee probably is like, oh, what happened? Let's just say after I ripped into him 3 hours plus, after that, he basically smoothed himself out and became a better president, for better or for worse, okay, for you, since you probably think he's a shitty president, Sister Pee Wee, if you're watching this later. But you know what? I literally, all these people sit there, and what do? Nothing. They don't do nothing. They sit there and they say, oh, not on me, man. Don't tread on my gun rights. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Eventually, and I'm saying this with love, okay? You can call me wrong, you can call me right, you can call me an idiot, you can call me a butthole. I don't care. I don't know anything, but I'm smarter than most people. Even though I'm disabled, I spend my time educating myself to the point of no return. I'm going to tell you what I think. All right, I was looking for someone. See, I've been trying to find a special fly rod on eBay. And you can sit there and say, why eBay? Because basically it's hard to get a hold of. I frankly don't want to turn around and pay $1,000 for a rod, right? But anyways, can we just get down to brass tacks and discuss this, okay? People sit there and they'd rather have guns. They don't care if 19 people died. They don't think about common sense gun laws. All they worry about themselves. Look at what happened to the country. Food stamps. 24th of the month. By the way, has anyone checked the Twitter feed yet on the food stamps? I always check just to see. This is the time they determine if the food stamps will be extended for Washington and other states. It's a month by month basis now. And with monkeypox, they're just going to keep it extending it. Hold on. Here it is. Look at this. Let me just tell you how fucking selfish people are. One person says most people said it's been a wonderful help with the extended food stamps. Some of them are getting over $1,200 a month in food stamps because of their big families. Family of 9 here. It's close to almost $2,000. It's like $1,750. But anyways, let me just say it. C says it's been a wonderful help. When it ends, things will be hard again. Yeah. Or this one. Most food banks I go to have wait to 30 minutes. That's why you go early. For well over an hour now. When this happens, won't it increase 100% or more? No, because the federal government supplies it. Usually the food banks usually buy rotten food. And then practically nothing will be available because now everyone will be going there to supplement their food. So how is this helpful? See? This lady here looks like a freeloader. A freeloader. But anyways, it says here that so basically they're gonna extend it again, it seems. Yeah. I mean, literally. So, but anyways, people are being dumbed down. Coronavirus, now monkeypox. I mean, literally, remember what I said about the Black Plague? The Black Plague survived approximately 130 years plus. 130 years, think of it. We got a fucking virus right now. It's almost gone, year 3. And yet, I mean, monkeypox. Even Pee Wee said, look, now we're getting monkeypox. First case in Seattle. It's spreading. The point is, and the point I'm trying to make for all you lovies out there is this. We all got to think about the future. We got to worry about the food supply and demand. You got to worry about people, they want to go and say, oh, we're going to vote the Democrats out because of inflation, because of Biden. It wasn't Biden's fault. Problem is this is what Biden did, okay? Biden did 2 fucking problems, okay? One was he turned around and he wants everyone to go with electric cars. But he didn't realize, or the fucking Democrats, that a battery for a car is $10,000. What if the motorhome comes out, right? And they need to put 4 or 5, 6 of those giant batteries to power the engine. That's 60, 80,000 to replace your motorhome. They're basically doing it this way. They're basically turning around and slowly killing off everything that means dearly to us people. Now you can say, what's that? Well, let's put it this way. Gun control. They could turn around and say, no, the Native Americans can catch the deer and the antelope and the elk and the caribou and the moose and the fish and everything, and we get screwed. That takes away 2/3 of the hunting in the country. Because they want to give it to the Native Americans, just like you're fishing here in the coastal areas. We can't fish. Native Americans, they can fish. We're not allowed to fish salmon steelhead this year in this state. Or in Oregon or in California. The Native Americans are. So they turn around, they can say, oh, well, hunting rifles got to do this and do this and do this. You got to go through a hunting guide to guide you to hunting now because we got to control, we have to have a controlled environment because of gun control. They could turn around and do the same in Australia. You can own a gun, but it's got to be locked up in a gun club. With smaller caliber or whatever. Look at the picture. They could do all these restrictions, and you can still own a gun. Thing is they're going to do whatever they can. They're going to pit Democrats against Republicans. If they can't go after inflation, they'll go after guns and guns and guns. Doesn't matter. I mean, I don't drive, so gas doesn't matter to me. But the reason for it is we have oil that we produce in this country, and we export it. We don't use it for ourselves. We export it. Everything we fucking do in this country, we import. Think about it. The guy that ended up making the Marconi radio, he went out to do RCA, Radio Corporation of America, RCA. Do your history. RCAs make TVs, radios, and other products in America. But then corporate America got so fucking greedy, they sent it off to China. Now China's locked down. Now everyone's bitching there's a supply and demand problem. Let me tell you something. When prices went up in the Philippines and Taiwan, they moved everything to fucking China. Before that, it was Japan. We rebuilt Japan. But guess what? We bought a lot of Japanese stuff. TVs were made in Japan and America. Now, they're not made in America. If we went back, but guess what? Even if we were going to give jobs and make TV factories, the thing is we have to think about our future. If we have oils and we have the tools and technology, we can make computer chips here at home. Intel, AMD. We can make TVs over here. If it needs a computer chip, you buy a computer chip. You need a motherboard, you send to make factory motherboards, and then you start slowly putting the product together. We don't need China. And the thing is China's holding everyone hostage on the grounds that they make everything, but they're in lockdown. So supply and demand's up to the point of no return. Think about it. Supply and demand is fucking up. The other day, let me tell you a story, okay? The other day, right? Chloe's using some shaving cream on her legs. She says, oh, this is the shaving cream I'm using for my legs. Me and my husband vowed never to use that damn shaving cream ever again. A long time ago. He bought it once for my legs. I broke out in rash. Why? Made in China. Shampoo and conditioner for mental hospitals, made in China. Hotels and motels that give you free shampoo and conditioner, made in China. Next time you're in a hotel or motel and you're on vacation, look at what your shampoo's made of. If it's not made in America, it's made in China. Or they can test it on dogs and animals and everything else. The Chinese, you know what the Chinese does for food when they're really starving? They control the pet population by eating cats and dogs. Chloe always talks about that, you know. She showed me a video once about dogs being killed and eaten in China. Tell you, disgusting. Thank God we have better laws over here for dog rules. I love mopping. I wouldn't see myself even eat mopping. My family jokes around that if I'm starving, I would eat Ebony. You think I would eat my bunny? No, I won't. I'd rather starve than eat my own friend. Friend's given me so much, and that's called love. What's love anymore when we have hate in the country? Country's divided under hate and anger. Everyone thinks their rights are being taken away. Gun owners think their guns are being taken away. Transgender people think their rights need to be increased. Well, we need to be increased to accept as real women, like other countries. Most women will never accept a trans woman as a real woman, because most trans women are deceitful. They don't want to. They want to have all the work done, then they want to turn around and tell the guys that they're just a woman that can't get pregnant, or they want to start transitioning kids at 4. Deceitful. Sorry to say, the kid at 4 years old doesn't know what his gender is or his sexual orientation. Thing is we're going down a wrong path. basically, we need to basically, now women's rights are being stripped when it comes to the Olympics. And we have to accept trannies being in for swimming with women. And women still, trannies, women have more strength than a real woman. Real muscle mass. Can't take that away. It's in their DNA. And yet, again, they're worried, so they want laws passed. Gays are worried, they want laws passed. Lesbians are worried, they want laws passed. Gun owners, they want guns. Why do you think we're all at a division? Because we can't come to fucking together. That's what they want. They divided the country. Blue states versus red states. Rich versus poor. What if the fucking Democrats turned around, hypothetically, okay, this is just a hypothetical question. I know if Pee Wee's watching this tomorrow morning, I want to get her opinion. What if the government divided the country for their own political gain? Rich against the poor. Rich don't pay taxes. Corporations don't pay taxes that much. And yet, corporations are sending it overseas because they don't want to fucking... And then, now these companies, if you read the newspapers like I do, they're all worried about their companies failing. And their companies failing because the Chinese government locked people down. Locked down the people so they can't work. Has anyone thought of that? No. Why? Because it's sick as sick can be. It's sick. Maybe the Democrats figure they'll cripple the working industry, hypothetically, by giving everyone food stamps so people can rely on the government and the factories could be shut down completely. And then the government could swoop in, the Democrats, and build factories that people can work at, forced work, like communism, because everyone's on the food stamps. Has anyone thought of that? Maybe not. Cripple the economy by basically making it so people don't want to work. And as long as this virus is running around rampant, when people are going, and next monkeypox is rare, okay? When people get it, and has anyone ever read how it happens? No. No one sits there and says, oh, monkeypox is this symptoms. I looked it up. It's very rare. Soiled this and soiled that and yada, 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 and all this crap. And then you got people with coronavirus. Oh, 100 million people are you better get another booster. Better get another booster. Yeah, okay. If you want a booster, go for it. I don't think not getting a booster, if it's right for you, then do it. Do what's right in your heart. Well, turn around and say, oh, well, we need our guns for the government. The government owns tanks. They own planes. They own nuclear weapons. Say, hypothetically, Texas gets out of line, okay, and wants to secede from the Union and other red states. All we got to do is nuke them. Problem solved. Think of it. Chloe talked about it the other day. The thing is, people don't realize the United States has enough arsenal to take care of our revolution or overthrowing problem. Literally. Think of it. Republicans are doing this. Democrats are doing that. We're just fucking pawns in the whole damn scale of things and the game of chess. We're the pawns. We are the pawns. We are the pawns. And that's all we are. Every American out there is a pawn in some way, shape, or form. Big corporations, they're going to lose. They're going to lose when they can't get their products out to market. And then inflation happens. Maybe the Democrats manufactured a recession so people would fucking buy food and not buy things to cripple the companies. Think of it. Manufactured crisis. Put everyone on food stamps. Make sure they can't fucking buy anything, and then the economy goes down. People were working just fine, but no, they had to stop, because they want to work at home. Not enough home jobs. Yeah, with coronavirus, monkeypox, free food stamps, not to mention free cell phones, free internet, free electricity. People don't give a shit anymore. Plain and simple. They don't give two fucking shits. Think about it. We got now the latest is inflation, Roe versus Wade, and gun control. Now, my family would probably say I'm full of shit, but you know what? Call me full of shit all you want. I'm not fucking stupid. They want to make me stupid. But you know what? It's the fucking stupid people that doesn't want change to happen. That's all it is. It's fucking, they don't want change to happen. Americans don't want change. Biggest country in the world for a huge thing. Oh yeah, look at YouTube just age restricted my content. Fucking dicks. Whatever. What the fuck video is it this time? It's age restriction. Oh, so my cigar channel's the Oliva Nub Double Maduro is now age restricted. It takes them this long to make it age restricted. That's fucking stupid, But we have a lot of videos that are cigar related on my other channel, and it's all age restricted. See, this is the thing. Kid smoking is 21 or over for smoking tobacco products. You see? Eventually, all my cigars channel is going. My cigar channel is going to be all age restricted. Why? Because this is the shit that we got to go through. Booze, age restrictions. Tobacco, age restrictions. What's that tell you? They want to fucking control people. The only way the cigar reviewers or the big cigar reviewers making any money is because of their followers. But eventually YouTube's going to have to cut them off and say, we're not paying for someone on YouTube to make videos that supports tobacco or booze. Then what? One day they're going to say you got to be 18 or over to buy coffee because coffee is a drug. Tea's a drug. Caffeine's a drug. You see where I'm going with this? They're going to make up anything else. Gun owners? 18 or over. If you're watching this age-restricted video, it's got violence because you're reviewing guns. Think about it. They'll find any and all ways not to pay. It's sad. It is fucking sad, the world we live in. When everyone in this fucking country is getting restricted. They say, oh, we need the guns to protect us from being restricted. Maybe. But why? Think about it. Why? That's the problem in this fucking country. 19 people died. Now they're going to use this to power their base. Whether they're going to be Republican, they could have been planned. Could have been an illegal kid that ran in with a gun and killed people. No one knows. They're not giving any info. FBI's getting involved. The ATF's getting involved. The Texas Security Detail or whatever, the safety board, the Texas Rangers, whatever. They're all going to investigate now. We won't get any answers. We never do. And yet, blue states, they're going to get extended food stamps. Red states, they're just going to cut all the money that under the Make Build America Back or whatever, the coronavirus relief fund from 2020, when Biden signed it in 2021. That money's going to be giving tax credits, and it ain't going to help shit. It ain't going to help anyone. It won't. They're better off taking the $1.9 trillion and giving everyone stimulus checks. You know what? In my opinion, no offense to anyone out here, stimulus checks stimulate the economy, okay? Food stamps are stimulating the economy. You know what? Food companies, they're basically just jacking the prices up and everything. When people start buying generic brands, they'll just jack those up again. Look at Pee-wee, for example. Today, Pee-wee emailed me and she said, "Oh, did you get the mayonnaise again? We got another delivery of mayonnaise that came in today. Another thing of best food mayonnaise. I don't need mayonnaise for at least 6 months, thanks to Pee-wee. But guess what? Point I'm making is food companies think they can fucking rip people off and short people because extended food stamps. Think about it. Raise the prices. Elderly or now they want to increase it to 8.6 to 8.8% or higher on inflation for cost of living because people can't get their money's worth. At the same time, Medicare is going up. Then when they start researching people on their rent, that goes up. You see, our rent went up $30 per month, which ain't bad between two of us. That's $15 a piece. But when cost of living goes up again because of the cost of living adjustment, the COLA goes up again in January, it'll probably be like almost $800 a month for rent. $700 to $800 a month. So our rent will go up $40 a month. Okay, so $40 added to each of us. That's $80. That's what? $22, $25. So it goes up to almost $700. Yeah. And as long as inflation's high and housing problems, then they'll just keep raising the rent. You see, this place here is like $1,500 for 2-bedroom. The government pays like $900 some dollars a month. You see, but we still got to pay exuberant amounts on electricity, which we don't get subsidy for. We got to pay full price for internet. We don't get subsidy for that, unless we have 3 kids and we need help and we're struggling. Then they'll get food stamps, electricity, internet, cell phone, everything. But us, they don't do it. But then again, I don't ask for it either. You see, the problem is, in this country, it's divided. Women claim that they're the abused when it comes to being raped and being abused. Like this whole Johnny Depp case. It's all a show. Thing is men get abused too. You got to think about the men that get abused. The men that get abused by women are usually people with borderline personality. Transgender people get abused. Oh, well, I got abused because my guy beat me. Yeah, well, maybe if you didn't tell your guy you were a genetic woman, you wouldn't get your ass beat. I mean, literally, think of it that way. You see, people in this country are divided, and it will still divide. They're going to take away hunting soon. They're already working on fishing. Pee-wee even said it with Cuba. It's 20 years if you fish off Cuba. You fish anywhere in Cuba, it's 20 years in prison for fishing. You do the math. You think about it. We're in a world today where everyone's hurting. As long as monkeypox, coronavirus, people say you don't live in fear. No, you don't live in fear. But problem is, the American people are becoming dumbed down. Either they're right wing or left wing. There's no in between. People think guns save problems. The government can turn around and restrict gun access by giving gun makers the ability to cut making guns. And they could say, look, you can make X amount of guns per year. A lot of guns are over excessively made and filled in gun stores. And people buy them like crazy, so they have double or triple of the guns. Oh, if we have an invasion, my family's each gonna have a handgun and a rifle. But they could do it. They could limit. They could say in the new law, you can own one handgun and one rifle at a time. But then someone might just get a harebrained idea to go kill people or kids. Then what? Then they turn around and they could turn around and say, oh, we're going to limit everyone to single shot rifles, single shot shotguns, and revolvers, which every time you got to shoot to kill someone, you got to pull the hammer back, like the old 6-shooter. And if that doesn't work, people master those, they can go all the way back to muskets. Personally, Constitution was talking about muskets, not about modern day firearms. Think about it. Modern day firearms. That's all I got to say. Plain and simple. Americans these days are suffering. And another thing, all these people doing these videos and stuff and movies, and TV shows about our past, like Gilded Age and Downton Abbey and the Royals and the Crown. And let me give you a bit of advice, okay? For those people out there watching it. People want to see historical accuracy in the past. They could even do one in the 1700s, 1600s, like Jamestown that I was watching. You know what? If you're going to do a movie or TV series about the past of how the British monarchy was corrupt, or European monarchies were corrupt, then maybe they need to wake up and do something about things. I mean, they do these shows, right, with accuracy. It's not accurate unless you see someone going into a grocery store back then or a general store and buying what they need. That's the problem. Problem's in the pudding. If I'm going to watch something that accurate, they should show accuracy about the grocery stores and the pricing. But they don't. They don't want to do it because they don't want to basically cause panic. They don't want someone to say, oh, in the 1880, which I'm going to Google this just because this is part of my thing. All right, so 1880 New York food prices. 1880 to 1889. Okay, let's look at this. And so they have something, New York. Okay, let's just do New York because Gilded Age, right? Ohio. They have Ohio. Colorado. All right, so apparently it's not going to give me. Oh, here we go. Sugar per pound was 9 cents a pound. Coffee was 17 cents a pound. Tea was 70 cents a pound. I guess tea was imported. Butter was 25 cents a pound. Molasses was 80 cents a gallon. Crackers were 12 cents a pound. Pork, any type of pork, was 14 cents a pound. Bacon was 15 cents a pound. Lard was 15 cents a pound. And ham was 16 cents a pound. That was in New York. Ohio. No, this is just labor statistics. The average for 12 months was $5.28. I don't even want to read this one, but you get the idea, right? That's just for commodities. Oh, here we go. 1860 in Colorado. Per pound, okay, this just goes by ounces, doesn't say how much. Oh, yeah, it does, okay. Flour, 3 cents. Cornmeal, 2 cents. Codfish, dried, 5 cents. Rice, 6 cents. Beans, 8 cents. Tea oolong, 54 cents. Coffee, 22 cents. Green coffee roasted, 23 cents. You had to pay more, 2 cents for roasting. Sugar brown, 8 cents. Sugar coffee, 9 cents. Sugar granulated, 11 cents. Molasses was 50 cents per gallon. Puerto Rican, they didn't have syrup. Soap, 1 pound, 8 cents. Beef fresh, 12 cents. Beef rump steak, 16 cents. Beef corned, 7 cents. Veal forequarter, 6 cents. Hind quarter, 11 cents. Veal, 14 cents. Mutton, 6 cents. Leg of mutton, 12 cents. Mutton chops, 14 cents. Fresh pork, 9 cents. Salt pork, 11 cents. Ham smoked, 11 cents. Sausage links and sausage patties, 12 cents. See where I'm going with this? 19 cents for butter, 12 cents for cheese, 75 cents for potatoes. Milk was 5 cents. Eggs was 22 cents. Coal was $6.40 per ton. Or no, per ton was $6.40. Wood per cord was $8 a cord. Pine wood was $5, and it goes down the list. You see, and then talks about pants. You know, what people paid for laundry services. And I'm not going down the list, all right? So it went up 2 cents and 20 cents. It went up 2 cents per everything. That was 1860 and 1880. So you do the math. Pricing is there, plain and simple. So, anyways, there you have it. You see, prices have gone through the roof. Now, instead of butter being what I quoted it, it's now like $5 a butter for a pound. $5. From 1860s to 2021, it's now $5 a pound. $7 per gallon for milk. You do the math. Coffee, 22 cents a pound. So 44 cents for 2 pounds of coffee. Now, why is it so expensive? We had to import it. Same with tea. But now the imports are getting out of hand. People say, oh, thing is, look what we could produce. We produce vegetables and dairy and meats in this country, but we don't produce anything else. Maybe a fly rods and some cars, but cars are getting outpriced. People won't pay. We're in a world where everything's outpriced. Slowly, this country is going to go to an economic collapse if we don't basically bring back affordability for the people. I mean, literally. Between corporations and farmers, they're the ones making a killing off of food. Then the factories came out and figured out how to preserve canned foods longer. And everything else. Think about it. You sit there and say, oh, well, think about it. We used to produce and be self-sufficient. No, we don't. We got to rely on China. Think about it. We're going down the wrong toilet. Think about that. I have to get going because I have to make phone calls. So please unsubscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions. Hit the like, subscribe button. So it's fun for your whole family, including your dogs, cats, your bunny, service dogs. Just keep the comments nice is all we ask. And God bless you in everything you do.